Hello everyone and welcome to day 13 of Whiskymas on the WhiskyWars channel, and today we're going to be reviewing, again the pronunciation may be wrong, so please let me know in the comments, the STRATHEDEN, could be the STRATHEDEN, but I think it's the STRATHEDEN, by the Lost Distillery Company, bottled at 43%. This distillery opened in 1829 and closed almost a century later in 1926. Remember, these are all blended malts created by the Lost Distillery that they believe emulate the whiskies that used to come out of, for instance today, STRATHEDEN. So they're not going to be exactly right. But interesting nonetheless. Old distillery that closed its doors back in 1926, almost a century ago. A little bit of a blast from the past. Wow. A really lightly coloured whiskey. Now this is a Highland whiskey. Initial sweetness, but not a lot of sweetness. Very lime forward, this whiskey, with a little bit of a peppery note with it. The flavours aren't jumping out of the glass on this whiskey, but lime and black pepper is not something I'm usually accustomed to, so I'm interested to try this. Wood spiciness throughout. It ends up being quite dry, but this initial sweetness, that's almost cough syrupy, and this is something that I've picked up on virtually all the Lost Distillery whiskies that I've tried so far. So they are sharing a DNA which I'm sure these distilleries, when they were functioning, possibly didn't share. Lime boiled sweets, along with a little bit of a very subtle TCP and cough syrup note. And again, that wood spice carrying all the way through. This is a whiskey that I mentioned on previous ones. I wouldn't be able to drink this for a full night because it would get quite sickly. I actually think this is one of the better ones to do that. If you are someone who just likes to stick to one whiskey, this is a better one of the Lost Distillery to do, because that lime and black pepper and wood spice really cuts down that sweetness, artificial cough syrup like sweetness, and so it wouldn't get too sickly. These whiskies retail for usually around £40, but can be bought in the late 30s, and they're bottled at 43%. You can get all of these whiskies proofed a little bit higher at 46% for around £10 more. Overall, this is a really pleasant whiskey, but I would only recommend you trying this whiskey or buying this whiskey if you enjoy those really strong oaky notes, because that wood spice is evident the whole way through the journey of this. So thank you for watching day 13, and I hope to see you all tomorrow.